I've been using the XM3s for a pretty long while, and I have loved them. I have little to no complaints about them, and I do think that Sony really nailed it regarding these. So I did ignore the XM4s for a long time, and I will say it now, if you have the XM3s, then you do not need to upgrade at all. But if you don't, then these are the ones to get because they do offer some great quality of life improvements, but nothing really more than that. So this here is going to be basically the same amazing pair of headphones as before, but even better. Introducing the Sony WH-1000XM4s. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Before we continue, don't forget that I have a Twitch channel that you can go ahead and follow me on for live microphone reviews and much more than that. But you're also going to find my Instagram and a link to the Tech Summit Discord in the description. So come join the community because it is a pretty cool one. We've also opened up a Patreon as of late where if you join, you'll be automatically entered to win one tech gadget every month in our exclusive giveaways. Details to that are going to be down below. Don't forget to check out the description for everything. Now let's get right into the video. For the month of August, we're going to be giving away a white Razer Siren Mini, so if you are interested in that, do make sure to pledge over to the Patreon, and then you will be automatically entered. So yeah, links to that down below. But anyway, let's get right into the review. So let's begin with an unboxing. It comes in your usual box with instructions, the carrying case, the headphones, the 3.5mm cable, the USB-C cable for charging, and an adapter for your flights. It comes with everything that you need in the box, and it's all good. The exterior design consists of plastic with metal for the headband and pretty much reinforcing the interior of these headphones. It is a very simple design overall, and it shows in the rather favorable amount of padding versus like the super cushiony pairs. This amount of padding is certainly more favorable because it's not really that much. However, it is enough to add a good amount of comfort to your ears and the earpiece and also to the headband. You'll also find that you can articulate these in almost any way and just like fold them in whatever way you need them to. So these are going to be very portable, and speaking of said portability, these are very lightweight, but not cheap feeling by any means, which does mean that I am pretty comfortable wearing them for long periods of time, and the comfort has never really been an issue. Except maybe when ANC is on, since you will get that feeling of cabin pressure, but more on that a little bit later, since I do have to go into detail regarding ANC anyway. These will only feature a 3.5mm jack for wired use, a USB-C port for charging, a custom button for switching between different profiles, and a power button. And now when it comes to features, these are full of options, especially for people who like to really tweak their audio. I, myself, am definitely one of those people without a doubt. Through Sony's Headphones app, you can manage your headphones entirely. They have a bunch of EQ presets and even allow for custom EQ settings with audio sliders in order for you to be able to adjust the audio from different frequency levels, which I think is really cool. This is honestly my favorite feature about these headphones, but there's going to be much more than that still. You can also use 360 audio with these if you are using one of the apps that do support 360 music. And you can also use adaptive sound for automatically having these switch between ANC and ambient modes for you. These can also detect when you remove them to pause whatever media you're currently listening to, and then when you put them back on, it will immediately continue to resume from there, and I do very much appreciate that. And you can also use adaptive sound in order to just automatically switch between ambient noise and ANC depending on your circumstances and where you are. So like it does it automatically for you. And you have your media controls also through the touch sensitive surface that is going to be on the right earpiece. Now these are going to be the ones that I use the most frequently. And also you can switch between your different Bluetooth devices with these, which was a feature that we did not have with the XM3s, but that's pretty much everything that matters when comparing these to the XM3s, since sound-wise they are virtually identical to me at least. But I want to take a brief break from talking about the features because I do want to talk about the sound quality for just a moment. So let's say that you're not exactly into tweaking the audio on your headphones, but still had an interest on getting these and were wondering if they'd be worth it either way. Well, the answer is going to be a resounding yes, because by default these are a pretty flat pair of headphones overall that don't really offer any preferences towards any particular frequencies or anything like that, and they do have a pretty decent soundstage as well, though it's not really as I would like it to be. Like, it's not really that wide, but it's fine for a closed back pair of headphones. So to put it simply, I found that just about any and every genre that I tested sounded great through these, and that includes metal, rock, pop, hip-hop, orchestral, acoustic, ballads, country, and even your favorite anime openings. However, while these don't technically favor any frequency by default, I still feel like these are their strongest in the low end, since even in the flat setting, the setting can get quite powerful, I would say. Like, the bass can just get a little bit intense at times. This is probably when you might want to dabble with the other presets on the app, or even have your own custom profile to make the most out of these in general. I actually find that the vocal preset is one of my favorites for most genres, since this preset does do a very good job when it comes to bringing forward those vocals, and it does make them a lot more prominent on both female and male voices, while still giving instruments a chance to shine nonetheless. So I find it to be the best balance for listening to music, at least in my opinion. And I have also messed around with my own custom presets, and I found myself in heaven with all of the options available to me, and the fact that I can fine-tune these to sound best with the genres I listen to the most is just a really neat thing. So in terms of sound quality, I really like these. And another section that deserves a lot of attention here is the ANC test. Unlike the ANC feature on a lot of other headphones, especially budget ones out there, these offer a lot of variation as to how much strength you want to apply, so even that is highly customizable. You get the option to adjust the strength through a slider, switching between 20 different levels, which is a lot, but you also have a feature for personal optimization of ANC, so that these headphones can always give you favorable ANC levels to you, and I find that to be extremely helpful. This is honestly what I would encourage people to adjust first and foremost, even if you're not really somebody that likes to tweak around with the settings or anything like that. Trust me, I understand, but even if you're not that person, I do recommend that you download the app to adjust the ANC to work best for you, because ANC is too strong and cabin pressure will get very uncomfortable very quickly by default. But if you adjust it to work for yourself, then you can get the benefits of canceling out the world around you just fine, while keeping your ears from such annoyances. Speaking of which, I actually happened to board a plane as of pretty recently with these, and I could not hear the engine at all with ANC active. So yes, if these can cancel out the sound of a plane engine while inside of the plane, of course, then I can pretty safely say that you're going to be fine for the most part in just about any other circumstance, because these are very powerful when it comes to ANC as well. And when it comes to battery life, you can expect about 30 hours of playtime, which is totally fine by me. I do end up having to charge these maybe every week or so based off of my own usage, but it will depend on the person and, well, your own usage. But I would consider battery life to be pretty good here overall. So when it comes to complaints, my biggest one is really just that we only got such an incremental and to some inconsequential upgrade from the XM3s to the XM4s, as I think that they could have done much more to make these a more favorable upgrade from that model. Like, for instance, why not improve on the built-in microphone? Every pair of headphones that I have ever tested has pretty bad microphones, and trust me, I'm not expecting like condenser quality, like USB condenser microphone quality, or obviously the quality of a Shure SM7B or anything like that, but I think that that was something that they should have focused on here, since they already nailed so many other things with the XM3s. That probably could have been one thing to work on. Also, since we have such a fantastic app, I would have really liked to have the option to change the gestures on these to do different things through that app. For example, I prefer to just single tap to play and pause versus having to double tap, and I don't like that I can't really change that. I would like to at least have the option in the future, and that should be possible through software alone, so that is something that we could potentially get over a software upgrade, you know, just an upgrade of the app. But besides that, I really can't think of much that I would want to change about these, because I was very happy with the XM3s, and these are really just a slightly better pair. So my conclusion here is that if you have the XM3s already, then you can definitely ignore these, but if you have a more budget and wanted an upgrade, you will most certainly notice a substantial increase in quality, from the comfort to the sound quality to the customization to the battery life and to the unrivaled ANC. This pair is the pair to get within this budget, so you will get a very strong recommendation from me. And if you're interested in purchasing these headphones, then I'll be making sure to leave an affiliate link down to Amazon in the description, which would very much help out the channel if you end up using that. But also, don't forget that we are going to also leave a link down below to ABUNDA. ABUNDA is going going to be a really good service for financing any tech that you want to buy off of Amazon, and you do not need a credit card of your own. And with headphones this expensive, you might end up wanting to do that, so why not go ahead and do it? Links to that down below. There's also going to be Luster if you just need help like finding how these headphones rank against other ones within that same price range and things like that, as well as tips on how to find sales and things of the like. So links to that down below. It's going to be a free to use browser extension. And I would also like to give a very special thanks to all of our patrons, beginning with the tier 3s, which are going to be Joe Moss, Omar, Luke, and Saad Alwazel. Thank you so much for all of your support, because it really does go a very long way. So with that said, on to the rest of our patrons. So the tier 2s coming right up. And this is super important. I would just like to give a very special thanks to all of our patrons, which are going to be listed right here on the screen. Again, a massive thanks to you all for supporting us to help us create the kind of content that we bring to you on a day-to-day basis. And thank you so much for supporting the Tech Summit podcast as well. And just remember that if you would like to be a part of this community too, and then do make sure to check out the links to our Patreon, where you don't only get bonus episodes of our podcast, but you also get automatically entered into one of our monthly giveaways of a tech product that we have reviewed that is of at least $50 in value or higher. So links to that down below. Now, don't forget to follow me on the rest of my social media, such as my Instagram and my Twitch, where I do stream fairly often. But with that said, this has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be seeing you all later. Enjoy.